What's going on? Scummy Legion back here, and we got another coaching session. So this is going to be a subscriber Legion gameplay. Turn that down. Alright, so let's see. Brutal Strength, New Ruin, Pop, Surveillance with Legion Pin, and Stolen Sketchbook on Autohaven Wrecker. Not bad at all. One thing I want to point out is that your builds, I don't decide them. I'm not going to tell you your builds are wrong or right. If this build works for you, that's fine. Depending on how well Ruin is used, if it's constantly, in your opinion, a high risk factor, replacing it with Corrupt is fine. The only issue with that is obviously then it kind of switches around the whole build. Brutal is obviously fine for loops as Legion struggles in 1v1s usually, and in 1v4s in some ways. So, you know, unless you're going to run like Iridescent Button, Brutal Strength is completely fine. Or if you're going to run like Spirit Fury Enduring, but you're not forced to. You're never forced to run anything with Legion. So let's see. I didn't get a good look at it. It didn't look like anybody brought anything. So, shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, they don't got many good offerings. Alright. So, we're gonna fast forward a bit here. Okay. Getting festive with the Christmas sweater. I appreciate that. Wretched Shop. Wretched Shop is not terrible for Legion. It's annoying because of the God loop in the center, but other than that, Legion can win most of these loops. So let's see, Ruin, near a gen, not in a decent spot, so it might go quick, but we'll see. Alright, nice job capitalizing on the survivor running directly into your face. Looking around, see no one. Good, return back to the first girl you heard her mending. Went for the mind game. Which is a good attempt, because I would have thought that she would have stayed at the pallet too, but she's going to go... She's humping God loop, okay. This might be one you might have to leave unless she messes it up. Usually you don't want to go too far in a chase against someone that just humps God loops like this. Alright, good job. You notice the scratch marks, hurt her breathing. You got this person here that was mending. Keeping up with the mind game. You kind of turned your red glow back facing towards it again, but that's fine. You made up for it, so perfect. Now you want to pick up the Meg since... okay. This is perfect. This is just perfect gameplay right here. I really don't need to say much. Yeah, hook's too far. But you found one closer. Alright, you hear someone running right there. So you know someone's going for the save. They're probably going to get that UEF right away. Okay. Probably should have frenzy stabbed. You got the other guy here. You could have had everybody broken right now except for the one on the hook. But you're going to fix that here. Oh. That was a tough one. The snappy movement of survivors can be very confusing. They ran into nothing. You're not going to tunnel the girl off. Okay, so it's nice that you didn't tunnel the Meg when she came off of hook, which is fine. There's no DS present, but I get it. Don't want to tunnel, and that's fine. With this tree, though, right here, she was clearly heading straight, and this isn't anything that she needs to loop around. Like, even if she tries to circle around this, you'll catch her in, like, one rotation. So, when you come up to here, you actually lost distance by doing that. If you would have just cut through here, you would have already met her even before the window. You still meet her because she tries to blind you, but just so you're aware, in the future, trees like that, especially when they're triple trees or double trees, they can't loop them for even one rotation on you. They really can't. Getting some nice info with surveillance. This is one nice thing about surveillance with the new Ruin, is it gives you some really good info. I'm surprised she didn't drop that down. Oh, Dead Heart. Okay. She took a wide turn, and she's gonna get punished for that. That's why you never turn wide. You always gotta hug. You gotta hug any environment that you have, because it ends chases so much quicker. I see a lot of people that play, whether they verse me, and I've even done this too a couple times by mistake. Usually it's on Survivor. I've done it a couple times on Legion recently, but mostly Survivor that I fucked this up on. Yeah, if you turn wide, it's going to punish you so hard. It's going to end the chase so much sooner. Like, it doesn't seem like it's that bad because you turn wide on maybe one corner, but no, they will catch you. Alright, went for the swing ahead. Yeah, alright, I agree. Again, trying to mind game the tires when there's no need to mind game it. I do like it that you are doing, or trying for the mind games. I don't want you to think that attempting them are bad. It's just know when to mind game and when not to. Otherwise, you're playing very, very, very well. This is very good gameplay. I'm just saying, like, small areas like that where there is no pallet present and there is really nothing to really mess you up on, you don't need to worry so much about a mind game. She's dead on hook, okay. Guess she just killed herself. Yui ran right at you. I'm surprised Ruin lasted as long as it did, to be honest. But, I mean, you got the use out of Ruin. They only got one gen done. Is Yui dead? Yui, I think, is dead. No, okay, second hook. I don't know why I thought Yui was dead. But, hey, now that Ruin's gone, you have Hop Goes the Weasel, which is, honestly, it is a good complimentary perk. Okay, well, she is dead. Because even though people are like, oh, you can't kick gens, Ruin's not going to stay up. The moment they know you have Ruin, Ruin's not going to stay up, okay? It's with any Hex perk, or it's just going to be put next to a gen and they're going to find it. Okay, so those two killed themselves. Legion OP. Simple as that. I mean, there's nothing else to explain. Legion is clearly too powerful for the game, and they probably do need to nerf them more. It's a good assumption. Usually I would assume that they're in the locker. Could check this one too. Okay, kind of rubbed up against it, kind of listened for a little bit of breathing. That works too. You don't need to check the locker, you can always check for breathing. Getting the most out of surveillance, I do like it. Saw her right there, yep. Are you? Oh, okay. Maybe this is just how Legion should always run. This is actually kind of weird without the frenzy power. Yeah, without that. Alright, this is much better. Oh. Tree gotcha. Alright, so... Sorry about the pausing, but... So, this loop, I do really like the mind games that you're attempting, and you're doing them well. You're doing them fluently, and you're doing them quick, so they don't have time to react. The issue, though, is that this is a mirrored one, so it's the same on this side as it is on this side. So you essentially just walk back, and once you get to about here, the front of the car, she saw you. So she didn't... there is no mind game to this one. It's a god palette. Simple. It's one that you could possibly force your way through if you bloodlust enough, but it's only really unsafe somewhat here, and it's very, very safe usually. The only reason why it would be unsafe here is if you get a survivor that's a little twitchy, a little on edge, that might drop the pallet a little early and you predict right. Other than that, it's pretty much a god pallet because there's really no messing it up. The moment this killer gets somewhat close, you just drop the pallet. And they have to break it. If they try going around, they're going to lose even more distance. But you got brutal strength, so you won't lose as much distance, so that's fine. You see the other survivor over there, it's fine to drop the chase. Some people need to learn when to drop chase, and honestly, dropping chase isn't bad, because you pushed her off and she's really got nothing to do. There's no gen over there that I noticed that's like at 90%. Try to push him, he's just gonna drop that right away. Good hit. You see no one's near you, so you can go for the 1v1. Okay. He actually led you to her. Stolen sketchbook should possibly get you there. Nope, she started running. Okay. So right there, you could have taken the 1v1. It was at a jungle gym, but you could have gotten rid of it. You did take this chase, though, and she does seem a lot weaker. Plus, he's got a mend, so you're still buying time. You're still using your time well. Because even if you don't take the 1v1, he has to mend. That buys you time. That's why I always say, like, you know, push for the, Ooh, close. That's why I always say push for using Frenzy a lot more. Because you had so far one instance when you should have used Frenzy that you didn't, and you would have had a 4 stab. Okay, that sounded a little fucky. It sounded like she was kind of right there, or maybe near the locker, but yeah, that's not on you. That's on the sound. The sounds are pretty fucked. Alright, so he healed up, so he didn't do a gen. So you know that. So now you can go back to that gen. That one should still be the one with the most progress, and you can kick it and pop it. I like how much you're managing your time here. You're using your time very, very well. You hit the, what was that, a Jake or a Dwight? You hit the Dwight, and then you moved on to the next girl after you found her. You were going to take the 1v1, it did look like that, but once the red blip came up, you went for it. Good stab. See, this is what I mean. People need to know that using Frenzy, even if it's someone that's injured, is not bad, because now she's broken, she cannot heal. So she can only mend, and then she has to just jump right onto a gen. That's pretty much her best option. You went back, retraced your steps, found the guy. Got as close as you can to cancel Frenzy. But, you know, behavior's 4-second stun says that you don't gain anything for doing so. You gain a little bit of distance. Ooh. Close. You were like half a step back. Alright, you can possibly mind game this. Which you do perfectly. Good job. Really good job. See, that's what I mean. Some survivors get a little twitchy. What he should have done is he should have just ran to the other side, and he would have been a lot more safe. Because, see, he was here, and he saw your red glow here, but then as you were backing up, he thought, okay, he's going to try to mind game me here. I just need to vault over here. And then you double it back, brought it back, turned around, and kept going. So by the time he saw your red glow here, he was like, oh, he's turning, I'm going to vault, and then you backed up, got him. That's really good. That's really, really good. He did misplay this too, and you took advantage of that. So if I'm a survivor and I drop the pallet early, and I see that there's a red glow here, and they're backing up this way, I'm just going to run this way. This is a long wall. You're not going to get me right away. Unless you become like Demogorgon or fucking Billy or someone that has like a way to catch up quickly, you're not gonna catch me. Or maybe Spirit. But Spirit wouldn't even fuck with that. Spirit would just stand at the pallet because they can. You did this really well. He misplayed it, but just so you're aware in the future, if you go for this mind game, you did good listening for the vault, but just know that it's not always going to lead to this, so don't double back right away, assuming that they're going to vault. They most likely could run this way, and if you double back, you're actually going to lose a lot of distance. Because sure, you can cut them off this way, but if you cut them off going across to this side, right here, you're going to let them push this way, which could lead to more pallets. Whereas pushing them this way, over here on the right side, pushing them on the right side, you know that there's no pallets over there because you broke the pallets over there. Pushing them to the left side, there may still be some pallets, which means you extend the chase. So it's a matter of situational awareness. I'm not saying you did anything wrong. This is literally just for the future, and this is for others just so they know how to play this loop. Some people don't know how to play this loop, and this one is actually, it can be frustrating, and it can be a safe loop. It's a very safe loop when they drop the pallet, unless you catch them on this side. But for the most part, it's a fairly safe loop, especially when dropping the pallet. Because they can just play this long wall, and then right when you're about to catch them on the long wall, they vault, and then you have to go around, and you make some distance, but it's just going to take longer. So just be aware that in the future, this double back, while it is useful and can work, it's not always going to work, and one time that it doesn't work, they're going to gain distance. They're going to gain a lot of distance. Now, provided in this case, him gaining that distance would have led him to really nothing, but it could have led him to another loop that he loops around it and then comes back to this pallet, and now you're back to square one. If that's the case, where you try this mind game and he's clearly gone and he's going over here, just break it if you have brutal strength. Just go ahead, break the pallet, and get rid of it, because you know he's going nowhere over here, and this way he can't return to the pallet. Okay? Other than that, you're still doing phenomenal, and I love this. I love to see this kind of gameplay from Legion. You're using your frenzy well. You had one slip up with your frenzy. I'm not sure. You might have panicked when they came up in your face, but that's fine. Getting rid of it. Using frenzy to make some distance. I like it. Now, besides surveillance, you really have no tracking perk outside of the gens. So it can be somewhat difficult. Checking corners, though, just in case. Which is good. With this Kate and how she plays, she might be sitting in the corner somewhere. Alright, so she went back for the save. The only downside is now you're very far away. So, they might heal on hook. No, okay. Okay, yeah, they just got the fuck out of there. Okay, so now there's two ways to play this right here. Let's see which way. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's another one that really can't work for a mind game. And you did good, though, there. You faked out like you were going to go to the left and then came back and broke the pallet, which is always good. Ooh. Snappy movement as survivors. It'll get you. And it's one of the hardest things with Legion, since you get punished now for missing. Kind of random. He vaulted. Lithe, okay. And he's just going to put down the pallet, which you're gladly going to break. Gladly. The other Kate, or the Kate, I'm sorry, not the other Kate. The Kate healed up. You got him downed. You know where Kate is. Might as well slug. If you didn't have that info, I would have said throwing him back on the hook just because he is in tier 2. Not tier 2, he's in second stage. Not Myers, but... Alright, so where is Kate? Must have left. She must have noticed that you didn't hook him right away until you're around here, or you're heading to her. Yep, might as well pick your gen again. You have surveillance, so take advantage of it. Not a bad idea to check. Okay. Okay, using Frenzy to get back. Pallet should have probably been broke a while back just because it is on the God loop. Trees. Trees are tough. Okay. You know where they're down, so you know where you need to go. You heard that breathing. Perfect. I have my audio a little bit lower, so I must have missed that, but so, you know, that's one where you can definitely mind game. And you did. You ended up mind gaming her with a mind game. Alright, so now where's the other guy? That's the big question. I just heard that too. Okay. Well, he just kind of gave himself up. See, that's the power of, like, not having Iron Will. Not having Iron Will will get you found so quickly, because survivors are very loud. But also, Iron Will shouldn't reduce the sound to 100%. I think it should be more like 75. That's a topic for another day. Okay. Okay, she's not struggling. You gonna possibly give Hatch? Oop, there it is. No mercy, I like it. I like that. No mercy whatsoever. Alright. So then let's pause this and see. Okay, so we had a dead heart, a lithe, a key. I must have missed that key somewhere. And really nothing but spine chill. Rank 1, 2, 4, and 16. 16. Was that the first person that died? Was that the Meg? It was the Meg. Okay. Okay, so the rank 16 was a Meg. That's kind of obvious, though, because of how she was playing. She's playing very poorly. The only ones that were somewhat smart, the Kate decent, depended. She did get mind game quite a bit, but she was decent on some loops. The Jake was terrible. Like that's just simple. And then this one did actually have Iron Will. She had Dead Hard too, but I believe she killed herself early. All in all, great gameplay. You really did well executing some of Legion's tactics. As far as using Frenzy to find survivors and using Frenzy to keep pressure on them. You had, obviously, the one incident, which is minor. Yeah, here. You had this one incident where, you had her hooked, and then you come around here and you smacked her when you could have Frenzy stabbed her, and then stab. These two are broken. If they went for the save still, then 3 is broken. But you would have had them all mending, and you would have had a lot more pressure out. You still did fine, because in endgame they only did 1 extra gen, so who knows, you could have saved a gen, but either way. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me on this. These are tons of fun, and I actually do enjoy seeing you all play. As long as you have some way to private message me it, if you ever want to, I can do a review of any of your killers, or even some Survivor gameplay. I do understand the Survivor gameplay. I'm just really bad at Survivor. But I only ask that it's in decent quality. I ask that you're not going to get offended or anything by any sort of criticism. This is all here to help. It's all to help learn and help get better at the game. Even I make a lot of these mistakes too. I mean, there are some mistakes in there that I've made too. I have times where I don't always remember to Frenzy, but I do know that you should Frenzy in those scenarios. But when they jump up in your face, sometimes you just swing. I get that. I really do. It's just to remind you guys what you should do for the future so you can practice it more. I definitely need to practice it more, but I don't play Legion 90% of my games as much like I used to. I actually play a lot more Ghostface 2. I keep them about even, so I need to get back into that role so I can actually perform with Legion well. But these are tons of fun, and if you send them to me, just let me know in the comment section if you want to send me something, and if you do, join the Discord channel, find my name, and send it to me in a DM. If you don't want to stay in the Discord, you don't have to, but that's going to probably be the easiest for now. I might do a Twitter account, if that'll be easier for you guys, if you guys would like that. Let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends about me. Just wanted to spread the word of Legion, and thank you once again for joining me.